You think football players are like buddies, but one sneaky player stole his teammate's wife, and there's another who sent a superstar to the hospital. Plus, check this out, a Man City player is super mad at his rival for putting a wrench in his dad's career gears. But hey, before we dive into the juiciest stuff, let's spill the tea about what smelled fishy at PSG between Mbappe and a player who's now rocking it in Saudi Arabia. Neymar's dislike for a football player star shattered the grandest football team ever. Funny thing is, it didn't start as beef. Neymar joined PSG and they added another star, Mbappe. They were like peanut butter and jelly, perfect match. They hung out together, partied and scored goals together. But as Mbappe got better, egos clashed. Neymar didn't like Mbappe taking penalties, even though he's better at it. They argued, even had a locker room clash. Mbappe dissed Neymar, said he's selfish. Fans were puzzled. Why fight for top spot when Messi's the king? Turns out, Neymar caused issues. Mbappe wanted him gone. Seems like the football magic heard Mbappe's wishes. 'Cause Neymar is gone now. But it looks like Mbappe might leave too. Maybe next season. Irony, eh? But what Roy Keane did to Haaland Sr. wasn't just left behind. It kind of passed down in the family, and Haaland Jr. aimed for payback. In a remarkable twist, Erling Haaland's mentor faced a career-altering challenge. Roy Keane, fierce and unrelenting, spared no compassion. During a decisive match, a tackle shattered Alfie Haaland's career, marking his last 90 minutes on the field. In his mind, Roy might have believed it was the conclusion of the Haaland legacy, but it was the start of something big. Haaland Jr. deeply resented that pivotal moment, and from it grew his desire for retaliation. Eventually, the time for retribution arrived as Haaland joined City. Destiny seemed to beckon. It wasn't merely a hat-trick in the Premier League, he orchestrated a victory over United in the FA Cup final. Revenge. The sweetest dish of all was finally served. But what Karim Benzema did to a football player didn't only get him hated, it got him jail time. But before we get to this, let's see what did this player get who hated Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Zlatan didn't make the first move in this tale. Back when he played for Juventus, he faced off against his rival Inter Milan. Their top dog, Marco Materazzi, seriously disliked Zlatan. He tried to boot him out of the match, and that tackle nearly wrecked Zlatan's knee. How did he even stand after that hit? But the fire in his belly kept him eager for payback. Sadly, Zlatan's manager swapped him out to avoid worse injuries. Yet, Zlatan's grudge against Marco lived on. He craved revenge. Fast forward 3 years, Zlatan found himself in a new team, and the chance came knocking. But guess what? Marco struck first. Zlatan's face says it all. Pure shock. But that knock in the box handed him the simplest goal ever. He nailed it. No problem. But Zlatan wanted more than a 1-0 lead. He aimed to send Marco packing to the hospital. Football met UFC as Zlatan's kick hit Marco's chest, followed by an elbow to the head. Total man down. Marco ended up in the hospital. Zlatan's only comment, I gave him a taekwondo move. Off to the hospital he goes, and when asked why, he just shrugged. Been waiting 4 years for this moment. Well, it's Zlatan. He does his thing. But one time, Benzema tried to do his thing, only to find out that it terribly failed and landed him into the 4 walls of prison. When Benzema and Mathieu Valbuena were teammates, police were onto weird texts Valbuena got. Criminals threatened to leak a private video unless he paid up. Scary stuff. Valbuena asked teammates for help, and Benzema strangely said to pay the blackmailers. Police got suspicious, tapped Benzema's phone, and heard a shocking chat where he admitted involvement. Police nabbed Benzema and the case went to court. Karim Benzema got a 1-year suspended jail term for being part of trying to blackmail Valbuena with a sex tape. So puzzling why Benzema committed such a petty crime against a teammate. His country lost faith and benched him from the national team. Benzema and pals got convicted. Hate between Benzema and Valbuena still lingers. But sometimes, and just sometimes, hate lingers on between teammates from the same country. And this time we have, just hear this one out. Kevin De Bruyne has some serious beef with a football legend. This mess started when the legend got cozy with Kevin's wife. Oh, the drama these ladies stir up, huh? But honestly, Kevin's not off the hook either. Their match seemed perfect, but things got messy fast. Kevin and football legend Thibaut Courtois were tight buddies. Even played for Belgium together. They looked like pals in public, but undercover, Thibaut turned into something more when Kevin's wife slid into his DMs while visiting the same city. You can probably guess what went down, and the news spilled it all. Kevin's wife cheated on him with Thibaut. Yeah, his best friend, and she twisted the knife by saying, "That night, I got what I hadn't had in my 3-year relationship with Kevin." Ouch. She claimed Kevin cheated on her too with her bestie. A revenge plot, apparently. Either way, Kevin was crushed. He dumped his friend's leftovers and the marriage sank. The grudge ignited. Kevin vented by scoring that epic goal against Thibaut on the field. Revenge best served again? But the last one on the list is a feud that cost the Gunners many titles, including the Champions League. Kolo Touré and William Gallas stood as Arsenal's central defenders. Gallas didn't enjoy much backing from his teammates, especially from Touré. After leaving Arsenal, Touré unveiled the truth. Their connection on the field was nearly non-existent, and this caused big trouble for Arsenal's defence. Touré spilled about the tension with his French teammate, saying, "When you play alongside someone but don't even talk on the pitch, it's tough." He revealed that he and Gallas barely exchanged words. It became clear that one of them had to exit. And it ended up being me, Touré shared. This friction seriously crippled Arsenal's chances in both the Champions League and FA Cup. With defenders refusing to communicate, victory seemed out of reach for the Gunners. Phew, that was some crazy football action. Seriously, what a drama. Anyway, if you're cool with it, support us, like our stuff, and hit that subscribe button. If you've had fun watching this video, we'll see you in the next one.